Hey Charles, my name is Jordan, which is kind of annoying this question, but now that LeBron is the all-time leading scorer in NBA history with over 39,000 point careers, also ranking top 5 in assists and still climbing rankings in rebounds, blocks, and steals, all while consistently playing 20-plus seasons at an elite level for an old man, winning 4 championships, 4 MVPs, and making 19 All-NBA teams. Who is better, Jordan or LeBron?
You know, those are some incredible stats.
They are.
Those are some incredible stats. I'm never going to say anything bad about LeBron, I told you. I think he's the 3rd best player I've ever seen play after Michael and Kobe.
Why is ring culture so much more prevalent in the NBA than in other sports?
Yeah, it's funny, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it's discussed so much in our sport and why it's the A-all, B-all of everything.
But you have to really play hard. Does that hurt you physically?
No, because when I play hard all the time. You know, there's no turn it on here, turn it off here. It's just 110% at all times.
A LeBron James superfan walked up to Charles Barkley fully convinced he had the perfect case to end the GOAT debate forever. Every stat memorized, every accolade ready, confidence on max, believing the numbers alone would shut the conversation down. But what Barkley said next tore that whole argument apart and showed exactly why it doesn't hold up. The stats-only case for LeBron collapses the moment it's challenged by someone who actually watched both players dominate in real time. This wasn't a loud media take or someone chasing attention. Barkley faced Michael Jordan at his absolute peak, then spent decades watching LeBron from the broadcast booth, and he has zero reason to bend the truth about what he saw. By the time Barkley finished, the room felt it. Everyone realized something spreadsheets and highlight clips can't capture. The points he dropped instantly shifted how people viewed the entire debate.
I love LeBron. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. He didn't go to college for 3 years. You have to factor that in also. He had a 3-year head start on Michael. Okay, since you want me that. So, I'm gonna just give a couple of things about, if he wanted to do it fair, he would say, well, how many games did Michael Jordan play compared to LeBron?
Picture the moment. Barkley is hosting a fan Q&A when this guy steps to the mic, and his name just happens to be Jordan, making the moment even more ironic. You could tell instantly this fan came prepared. He had that courtroom energy, like he was delivering a closing argument nobody could beat. The stats started flying fast. Over 40,000 career points, all-time scoring leader, top 5 in assists, still climbing rebounds, blocks, and steals. 22 seasons of elite basketball, 4 championships, 4 MVPs, and 21 All-NBA selections. On paper, those numbers hit hard. The crowd buzzed because that resume looks untouchable.
And actually, if you look at the numbers, Michael actually had 5,000 more points in his career, same number of games. 5,000, which is 2.5 NBA seasons. But you have to factor in, Michael went to college for 3 years, and if you remember, he broke his foot his first year, and he retired for 2 years. So if Michael went to the NBA 3 years sooner, not missed his rookie year with a broken foot, and not retired for 2 years, he would be the all-time leading scorer.
How do you argue against the all-time leading scorer, who's also top 5 in assists? And how do you ignore 21 All-NBA teams across 2 full decades of dominance? The fan wraps up his case and basically puts Barkley on the spot, demanding an explanation for how anyone could ever compete with those credentials. That's when the energy in the room shifts completely. Barkley pauses, wearing that calm look, like a teacher about to break down something painfully simple to a student who thinks they cracked the system.
Can I say one thing?
Sure.
Did you ever look at how many shots Michael Jordan took and how many shots LeBron took?
I did not.
Michael Jordan.
They were both gunners.
Michael Jordan took way more shots.
Well, that was his job.
You know, it's all about winning championships and winning.
And it's just basketball.
At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
The first thing out of Barkley's mouth shocks the fan because he doesn't attack LeBron at all. He gives him full respect. Those stats are insane. LeBron is an incredible player, one of the greatest he's ever seen, straight from Barkley himself. But then comes the first real bomb, the one stat Warriors never want to hear. LeBron skipped college and entered the NBA at just 18, while Jordan spent 3 full years at North Carolina before turning pro. That alone gave LeBron a 3 to 4 year head start from day one. Every counting stat on LeBron's resume includes thousands of points, rebounds, and assists Jordan never even had a chance to rack up because he was still in college. Then Barkley flips the entire debate with one simple question. If you want a fair comparison, why not look at how many points each player scored in the same number of games played? That math exposes what raw totals hide.
So and let me tell you something. LeBron, we compare him favorable to Magic Johnson. He's a more of a triple threat than Michael was. I'll agree with that. But let me ask you a question. I want you to be honest with me in your heart.
All right.
If you had one game and you said, I need to win game 7, would you want LeBron, Michael, or Kobe in one game win all?
LeBron.
Okay.
Jordan scored roughly 5,000 more points than LeBron over the same number of games. That's about 2.5 full NBA seasons of scoring. Barkley keeps pressing. Jordan broke his foot early in his career and missed almost an entire season. Then he walked away for 2 full years to play minor league baseball. Add those seasons back and everything changes. If Jordan entered the league at 18, stayed healthy, and never left, he'd be sitting at the top of the all-time scoring list right now.
Your love of the game is still there. I can feel it from you, right? How did that love of the game fuel your career?
It was the basis of my career. My love of the game within my contract, which, you know, I'm pretty sure most contracts now, I'm actually positive now, don't have that clause within the contract where...
You had a clause in your contract.
Love of the game contract, right, that if I was driving with you down the street and I see a basketball game on the side of the road, I can go play in that basketball game. And if I get hurt, my contract is still guaranteed. I love the game so much that I would never let someone take the opportunity for me to play the game away from me.
It might not be in the team's best interest, in your best interest, to play all 82. Is that something you thought about at all since you made the goal?
That's a goal, but we'll see.
I'm available to go and be in the pro. If OBJ shows up, he might score 100.
Instead, the fans stood there with nothing to say. Once you adjust for the extra seasons, that gap LeBron built completely disappears, and the math actually flips the other way. Barkley wasn't even finished yet because another stat had just come up on Inside the NBA that genuinely stunned him. This one flips the entire longevity argument on its head. Jordan recorded 562 games with 30 or more points across just 15 seasons, while LeBron, after 22 seasons, sits at 559 30-point games. That means 7 extra years in the league still weren't enough to catch Jordan in pure scoring explosions. When Ernie Johnson mentioned that stat, Barkley's reaction said everything.
What's happened to the rivalries in today's game? Like, I mean,
they don't hate each other.
That's
they don't like. See, I hated Larry and every Celtic. I really don't like you, but you my little brother. Now I love you because you out of that green and white. That's what it was, right? You the Celtics, Lakers hate each other, disliked each other. So it made for great TV and people tuning in. And now with, I don't know if it's AAU, I don't know what it is. Now everybody's shaking each other's hand. Everybody like each other, won't go at each other like really hard. Even that's what happened to the All-Star game, see?
Yeah.
See, the All-Star
carried into the All-Star game. Right there.
See, we hated the East.
Right.
I'm coming to bust you.
Right.
Michael, Isaiah, Dr. J. You can't have one over me. See, I'm coming to get that. Now,
Let's see, Magic. This is what I said.
Let him score. 200 to 200.
This
What is that?
He straight up called it astonishing that someone could play that many more seasons and still trail Jordan in that category. And honestly, that reaction makes perfect sense. This one number destroys the idea that longevity automatically equals greatness. The 30-point game comparison shows Jordan operated on a different level night after night. He wasn't just stacking points over time, he was taking over games in ways LeBron hasn't matched with the same frequency. Jordan averaged 30.1 points per game, the highest mark in NBA history. LeBron sits at 27.0. Jordan won 10 scoring titles, while LeBron has exactly 1. Put those numbers side by side, and the all-time scoring record suddenly doesn't hit the same. LeBron didn't reach the top by outscoring Jordan. He reached it by outlasting him, and those are two completely different achievements. This is where Barkley's argument steps past stats and straight into territory that really bothers LeBron supporters. The numbers stop being the focus, and the conversation turns into how these two legends actually built their careers. Jordan's entire championship story happened with one franchise. The Chicago Bulls drafted him, and the Detroit Pistons knocked him around year after year in the playoffs. Instead of hunting for an easier path, he stayed put and figured them out. What he built in Chicago turned a struggling team into the defining dynasty of the 90s. 6 titles in 8 years, the same core, and 0 moments of jumping ship when things got rough. LeBron took a very different road. 7 years in Cleveland without breaking through led to the decision and a move to Miami to team up with Dwyane Wade and Chris Bosh. That choice changed how superstars think forever and basically launched the modern super team era, where stars link up in free agency instead of grinding it out where they started. When Miami declined, LeBron returned to Cleveland and immediately pushed for a Kevin Love trade. That situation got rocky too, leading to another exit, this time to Los Angeles, and a partnership with Anthony Davis. 4 franchises, 3 title paths, all joined or built along the way. Barkley has been consistent for years. Jordan first, Kobe second, LeBron third, because of this exact pattern. He calls it team stacking. Julius Erving echoed the same idea, even leaving LeBron off his top 2 all-time list, pointing directly at roster assembling as the reason. The Scottie Pippen counter always comes up, but the difference is clear. Jordan didn't recruit Pippen. The Bulls drafted him, and Jordan didn't leave Chicago when the Pistons kept beating him. He stayed, took the hits, and conquered them. Building a title team through the draft is nothing like handpicking your co-stars through free agency and forced trades. John Starks, who battled Jordan and the Bulls all through the 90s, summed it up perfectly. Jordan wanted to beat the best, not recruit them. He didn't chase help because he believed he was the best player alive. That mindset, proving yourself against whoever lines up across from you without stacking the deck, is what separates true greatness from strategic success. After all the back and forth, someone hits the fan with the ultimate question. Forget the spreadsheets for a second. Listen to your gut. Game 7, everything on the line. Who are you taking? LeBron, Michael, or Kobe? The fan sticks with LeBron, no hesitation. And here's the crazy part. That answer actually helps Barkley's argument more than it helps LeBron's case. Michael Jordan never played a Game 7 in the finals, not once. 6 finals trips, 0 winner-take-all games because Jordan closed teams out before it ever got there. 6 championships, 6 finals MVPs, a perfect record on the biggest stage. Jordan didn't just win rings, he owned the finals. He averaged 33.6 points per game across 35 finals games. And in the 1993 finals against Phoenix, he dropped 41 points per game for the entire series. And no, that number is real. LeBron's finals record tells a very different story. 10 finals appearances is impressive, no doubt, but 6 of them ended in losses. 3 of those losses came against the same Golden State Warriors team. A 4-6 record means more finals losses than wins, and that's something people always try to explain away. The usual defense is that losing in the finals is better than not making it at all. And sure, there's logic there. But Jordan did make it there 6 times, and he won every single one. Nobody ever got to label him a finals loser because when everything was on the line, he simply refused to lose. This is where the debate shifts from accomplishments to competitive identity. There's a detail most fans don't even know, and it says everything about the difference between Jordan's era and today's game. Jordan's Bulls contracts included something called the love of the game clause, and by today's standards, it sounds insane. If Jordan saw a pickup game at a park, he could pull over and play. No permission needed. If he got hurt, his contract stayed fully guaranteed. Let that sink in. A man making massive money with everything to lose demanded the right to play basketball anytime he wanted. That's not business math. That's obsession. Today's NBA works the opposite way. Stars can't ride motorcycles, insurance bans half their lives, and risk is controlled at every level. Playing pickup games without permission today gets you fined, benched, or worse. The entire system exists to protect the investment and keep players bubble-wrapped until tip-off. Inside that system, stars sit out at historic rates. Jordan played all 82 regular season games multiple times during his career. LeBron, across 22 seasons, has done it exactly once. Jordan's final season with Washington at 40 years old makes this even crazier. He played every single game while averaging 37 minutes a night. That minute load would lead the NBA today because no player in 2020, 2022, or 2023 averaged more than that. A 40-year-old Jordan gave more effort and availability than today's stars in their physical prime. That's an intangible no stat sheet can capture. Jordan showed up every night to dominate, treating each game like a personal challenge to prove he was the best on the floor. LeBron's approach leaned toward long-term body management, choosing spots carefully and stacking numbers over time. Neither mindset is automatically wrong, but one creates undeniable dominance while the other creates impressive longevity. And history always remembers dominance louder. What should really worry LeBron supporters is that Barkley isn't standing alone. Legends across generations keep landing on the same side of this debate. Julius Erving put Jordan on his all-time first team and left LeBron off the top two entirely, citing team stacking. Stephon Marbury went even further, saying he doesn't see how LeBron can rank above Jordan when he doesn't even put him above Kobe. That hierarchy drops LeBron into third place even within his own era, and that's where things get uncomfortable. Magic Johnson has said it repeatedly. The modern game doesn't carry the same competitive fire his era lived on. Back then, real tension existed. Magic and Larry Bird didn't just compete, they despised losing to each other, and that edge pushed both to greatness. Today's stars vacation together, team up on podcasts, and turn rivalries into friendships. That old school animosity that made basketball must-watch TV has been replaced by a buddy-buddy culture, and the intensity just isn't the same. Now here's the part people can't ignore. In 2024, The Athletic polled active NBA players on the GOAT debate. Jordan pulled 45.9%, while LeBron landed at 42.1%. These aren't retired legends holding grudges. These are current players, and they still lean toward a guy who last played over 20 years ago. That tells you how the basketball world really sees this debate when nobody's playing to the cameras. Line up the accomplishments and the picture sharpens fast. 6 championships for Jordan, 4 for LeBron. But the real gap shows up in finals results. Jordan went 6-0 on the biggest stage. LeBron sits at 4-6. Jordan never experienced defeat in the finals, not once. MVPs push the point even further. Jordan won 5 regular season MVPs in fewer seasons, showing a sharper, more dominant peak. In the finals, he won 6 finals MVPs for 6 titles. Every ring, he was the best player on the floor. LeBron has 4 finals MVPs, matching his 4 championships, and the contrast speaks for itself. Scoring titles expose a gap that isn't even close. Jordan won 10, while LeBron won 1. That means Jordan finished as the league's best scorer in 10 separate seasons, and no one in basketball history has ever matched that level of sustained offensive dominance. Defense makes the gap even wider. Jordan earned 9 all-defensive first-team selections compared to LeBron's 5. People forget Jordan wasn't just an offensive monster. He was one of the greatest perimeter defenders ever. He's still the only player in history to win MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season. Put everything together and it gets ridiculous. In just 13 full seasons, Jordan delivered 6 championships, 6 finals MVPs, 5 regular season MVPs, 10 scoring titles, 9 all-defensive selections, and a perfect finals record. That resume is untouchable. LeBron and Kevin Durant combined have played nearly 40 seasons of basketball, 2 generational superstars, decades of elite production. And together, they still have fewer championships, fewer MVPs, fewer scoring titles, and fewer defensive honors than Jordan earned by himself. That's not opinion or bias, that's basic math. The LeBron superfan walked up confident raw totals would end the debate forever. Points, assists, years played, all stacked up to sound unbeatable. What Barkley showed and what legends from that era keep repeating is simple. Greatness isn't measured by games played or stats collected over time. Championships matter more than finals losses. Dominance matters more than longevity. Jordan didn't need 22 seasons. 13 years of destruction was enough. He showed up, conquered everything in sight, and walked away with a perfect finals record that modern basketball hasn't come close to touching. LeBron James unquestionably stands among the greatest players to ever touch a basketball. With historic longevity, elite versatility, and massive impact on the game. But when you stack him next to Michael Jordan, using what actually defines greatness, championships, finals record, peak dominance, and competitive mentality, a real gap shows up. Every legend who faced both eras keeps saying the same thing because they saw something numbers can't explain. Jordan moved differently. Jordan played colder. Jordan refused to lose when it mattered most, and that's why these debates still exist decades after his last game. His shadow is so massive that even the greatest players who came after him still can't escape it. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Does LeBron's longevity outweigh Jordan's peak dominance? Or does that perfect finals record end it forever? Smash the like button if this breakdown hit. Subscribe for more real basketball truth and stay locked in. We're just getting started.